Well, hello, and welcome to Aftershock Weekly. This week is episode 24, and we're going to talk about one of the most important things in business, leads. Now, as a digital marketing agency, we work hard to drive traffic to your website, and really what that traffic is supposed to turn into is somebody who is going to contact you about your service, whether it's a service or product. And the all-important lead, when somebody fills out a form or they call you, the important thing is you have to capitalize on that, because a lead that comes in today can turn into business tomorrow, or depending on how long your sales cycle is, it could be 6 months. So let me go over a few best practices for you to make sure you're maximizing your leads. First off, it's important to contact them immediately. If you get a lead that comes to your email, then you need to be on the phone as quick as you can to call that person who's interested. So you need to make instant contact with that person. As soon as the lead comes in, you'll need to pick up the phone and call them, or at least have a text or email come in as soon as possible, and you can set those up automatically. But just to give you an example, let's say you're interested in joining a gym and you happen to see an ad on your phone, you click on it to give you a 7-day pass. Well, if you fill that information in, what's the best time for you to get called by a salesperson or a consultant at a health club? Right now, because you're interested, you're engaged, you're actually interested in their service right now, and if they can catch you in that emotional state, you can talk to them and they can book their first appointment to come in, and more than likely they'll become a member. A pro tip when it comes to phone calls is scripts. Make sure that you have a script written down of exactly what you want to say. Now, I get it. I'm more of an off-the-cuff kind of guy, but I also know that if you're an organization that depends on calling leads and getting information to potential customers, it's important that you have the same information getting to the customers, you have the same succinct message going across all of your salespeople, and all the customers are hearing the same thing. It's extremely important. So use scripts. It's also important for you to put together a script of frequently asked questions or rebuttals. So you're going to get the same questions over and over. If somebody has thought of something, chances are you've already heard about that as a rebuttal. So put together a script of how you answer that question and how you ease somebody's mind on your service or product when they ask you a standard question like that. Now, if you can't call them, what you can do is you can make sure that a text message goes out automatically, and there's ways to do that. If they register on your website and that comes in as a lead, you can actually hook it up to an automatic text message that goes out to them. And it can be as simple as, "Hey John, just saw you signed up for a 7-day pass. When would you like to come in to get your pass?" It's very simple. And what that does is it engages. And 90% of text messages are opened within 5 minutes of being received. Also, have an automatic email go out to them. "Thank you so much for signing up." And you can have one email or multiple emails go out, but the initial one should be "Thank you for signing up," or "We look forward to talking with you soon. Here are a couple resources for you." So that's an important step with leads as well. Ideally, you want to call them right away, but either way, a text or an email can also be sufficient on that first contact. If you don't get a hold of them, well, what do you need to do? Well, here's the next thing. So the next thing is frequency. Well, you're not always going to get a hold of somebody the first time you call them. You might want to call them more than once. The rule of thumb is you should reach out to a lead at least once a day for the first 7 days. It also depends on your sales cycle. Your sales cycle may be of decision making happening within a few hours. For example, if I'm going to buy a gym membership, chances are I'm going to make a decision within a week or less. If I'm going to buy a car, chances are it's going to take me about 2 to 3 weeks to make a decision on what we want to buy. If I'm buying a house, it could take a month or more. So depending on whatever the item is and what your sales cycle is, make sure that your follow-up program, whether it's email, text, phone call, is in accordance to that sales cycle. Obviously, you want to be very heavy if it's a very short sales cycle in the very beginning. If they don't sign up with you, they're going to sign up with someone else. So one of the things that's newer in the market is slide dial. You can actually send a message that's pre-recorded directly to somebody's voicemail. They don't even have to have their phone ring. What purpose is that? Well, it's not that you don't want to talk to them, but if you've tried for 7 straight days to call them and you haven't been leaving messages, well, this can go directly to their voicemail. They're going to hear your voice, they'll get your message, and you can send it out to 10, 15, 20 people at the same time. So it's a way to leverage your time for leads that are what I would call cold. They haven't got back to you, you've tried for 7 days straight, and you just want to have on what we call a nurture sequence. Well, that's one way you can nurture them with voicemail. I hope this information was valuable to you. You spend a lot of time, a lot of money on getting leads. You got to capitalize on them. So with that, I'll leave you with a quote.